Taco Tuesday. What am I thinking, y'all? What up, Cowboys Nation and YouTubers? It's that VA Dallas Cowboy fan coming back at you on Taco Tuesday's thoughts, reactions, and opinions. Welcome back. 1 week later, optimism is at an all-time low. We managed to get four players injured. You forget Basham got hurt. J-Ron Curse got a MCL sprain. He'll be out about a month, maybe. Connor McGovern got hurt, high ankle sprain, and they're probably going to rush him back, even though he's going to have a backup role. But those high ankle sprains you got to be careful of as well. And our fearless leader, Dak Prescott, got hurt, messed up thumb, he's completed surgery. They say the timelines vary. I've heard 4 to 10 weeks. So it's just going to depend on his healing and how fast they're going to just trot him right back out there, basically for no reason. Because if Cooper Rush and this brain trust can't get any wins while Dak's gone, what's the point of putting him back out there for, late season heroics? It's going to be pointless. You're wasting the man's career and health for nothing. Just like you did Tony Romo. It is what it is. But I'm calm about this because we all saw this coming, didn't we? Every Cowboy fan saw this coming in the offseason when the ownership decided to lie like they always do and say, this team is just fine. Everything we do is to make the team better, even though it doesn't work. It has not worked for almost 30 years, and we still think we're the smartest guys in the room. You get what you pay for, really. That's why I'm not even, all that concerned about it, If I was a Cowboy fan at that game, I'd have walked out of the game. I'm going to be honest. It was a piss poor effort from ownership to not realize that your backups need to be quality as well as your starters. They've never learned that. To go into the season thinking that the weaknesses that everybody's told you about was going to magically pull you through, which it did not. Coaches, defense, I just saw nothing wrong. They just got worn down over the game. Offense, if Mike McCarthy's not going to be allowed to just take the reins back and do what he's got to do to save his job, y'all might as well just quit on the dude, because he's not going to be able to get a chance to save his own ass, because the Joneses already took that out of his hand. They gave it to Kellen Moore, who doesn't know shit, because he's still doing these stupid ass triple options and flea flicker trickerations that never fucking work, and he's still doing the same old shit that puts us behind the chains every time and doesn't know what to do to get out of it. You got a running back that was playing well, and you benched him for most of the game for a running back who can't pass protect to save his life. And apparently not his quarterback's life either, as he got him killed. So, all in all, there was a lot of accountability issues from coaches to ownership to players who just drop passes. CD is still not a number one. I got crucified on Twitter when I said that months ago when they got rid of Amari Cooper. I said CD is not ready to be number one, and I got the shit kicked out of me on Twitter for saying that, because I said the man drops important passes way too many times, and people told me, oh no, he's great, he's good, don't worry about the drop passes, because other guys drop passes too at a different rate, but he'll be fine. He's not fine. He's not fine. When everybody can sit there and focus on him, he's not number one. Number one is going to be able to fight through these triple teams and make these catches. Granted, your quarterback was rusty as hell because he didn't get any playing time in preseason. Another coaching blunder. But everybody needs to own up accountability, and it's not going to happen with this team, this organization. It hasn't. It probably never will again. The fact that Tyler Smith came out here and played a better game than Terrence Steele is definitely alarming. How does the rookie perform better on the man's blind side better than the right tackle? I mean, Jesus Christ. The evaluation of this team in the offseason was badly thrown out there. Apparently, nobody knows how to evaluate talent on this team at all. And I knew that from the Joneses. I thought the coaches would have been better, but apparently not. But he can only get so upset for so long and just not care anymore. So let's forget about the negatives. Let's think about the positives. We have a chance to have an offensive line get put together and could probably run through the rest of the season if they stay healthy and get that cohesion. That's a good thing. The running backs, if you keep Zeke out there for pass protection and he can run and y'all can create holes for the guy, that's a good thing. I mean, he was playing well, but y'all benched him. Tony Pollard, you get him in space, as we always said. He'll be great, but they didn't put him in a position to do that. Let's see. Tight ends didn't get really much of a chance to evaluate because you couldn't get the ball to most of them. You got Schultz doing most of the work. He caught more catches than most of the receiving corps. Noah Brown turned into your number one because of how many catches and yards he got. Ferguson didn't get to do much. They pretty much didn't do much with him except extra blocking. There was sorry Mark Holmes, no 12 personnel. And the offense just sputtered, to put it frankly. Aside from that first drive to put up 3 points, they couldn't do anything for the rest of the night. They just sputtered and spun their wheels and did nothing. Any good plays we made? Penalties, like usual. So let's go to the defense. They were a highlight. Michael Parsons is a beast. We know that. He did a lot of heavy lifting, him and Trayvon Diggs. Trayvon got picked on. He got a lot of pass deflections. He played way better than Jalen Ramsey. I'm going to throw that out there. Like I said, we lost Curse. That's going to be a little detrimental, but these young guys are going to have to step up in his place. We don't know who's going to be calling the defensive play calls. It might have to go back to Micah. It might go to Van Der Esch. And speaking of Van Der Esch, he was out there. You saw him on quite a few plays making tackles. He was a little late for some of them, but he was there. Better than years past where maybe him or Jalen Smith completely whiff.
SMS from
Ron
Anderson.
It just looks bad.
Phone button and say text message to read it.
Let's see. Safeties, cornerback play, aside from Anthony Brown getting smoked on that one long pass, they held their own. The defense did what they had to do. Defensive line held it down. They put a lot of pressure on Brady. They hit him a couple times. They sacked him. They basically kept this team in the game. If their offense could have stepped up, it'd have been a whole different story because it was 9-3 for a very long time. But special teams, hell, Brett Maher hit his one field goal. And that was, 51, 53 yards? And we know he can nail those. It's the shorter stuff we're afraid of. But the special teams wasn't the worst. But Turpin, I know he wants to make a big play. He wants to turn the team around on his own. But he's just not getting it with that protection. He's not out here playing preseason backups no more. These are starters that are going to come at him. So, you know, if the ball's going over your head and it's going into the end zone, just let it go into the end zone, bro. Don't be taking it out 2 yards deep and pinning us back to the 10-yard line instead of the 25, okay? But, yeah, a lot of blame to go around, a lot of accountability issues, but we're going to have to move on. This is the team that was bought and paid for by the Joneses. They can't get mad. It is what it is. This is what you paid for. This is what you went out here all preseason and said could play against anybody and win. Now's the time to prove it. I mean, this is the personnel you put out here, and if the coaches aren't going to be able to put them in prime position to win, then that's just a lost season. Plain and simple. It is what it is. No point to get upset, because we go through this every year, and it doesn't look like it's ever going to change with the Jones family in control. So let's take this as some learning lessons. Let's get these young pups some game time, some playing time. I don't know why some of the, like Williams and Tolbert, were healthy scratches, because that was great time for them to get on the field training too. We'll just have to see what they plan to do next week. All right, that's all I wanted to say about it. That's my opinions. I can't get mad anymore. It is what it is with this team. I'm going to try and stay looking at the positive. Until next time, this is VA Dallas Cowboy fan, out.